Wow, we're in it. We're back. Hang on, let me change this. Hang on. There we go. Looks like we're live. Looks like we're rolling. Oh, I've missed this. Have I? Have I actually missed this? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I have. I don't know. Let's find out together. Hello, YouTube. Jetthro, back at it again. I'm doing a 100-day challenge of these night dives, is what I've been calling them. Essentially journaling and documenting my brain and my day and just kind of talking through stuff and helping me process things. And I'd done 24 days in a row, and then left on I call it a vacation. It's probably a vacation. As the parent of a young child, traveling with her for a week and leaving her at her grandparents' house while I run through the mountains with a friend is a vacation. So, I'll take it. But I managed to get one live stream while I was out there. And I'm still jet lagged. I'm back in, back in my home setup, home studio. But I'm jet lagged. I'm still really tired. I've been back. Technically, this is my third night back, but I got home like 7 p.m. So I pretty much went to bed the night I got back. And then I probably could have jumped on here yesterday. I probably could have figured it out, but I didn't. So, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm doing it again. And so, I just gotta take a breath. Want to do this quickly so that I can go to sleep. I'm tired, as per usual. But I want to talk about my day. I want to talk about where my headspace has been and just kind of gurgitate. Is that a word? Regurgitate is obviously, you're repeating back what you've heard, but would gurgitate just be like your mind letting stuff out? I don't know. I'm just going to talk for a second and try and get back into this. So welcome. Anyone in the chats? What's up? What's up, YouTube? You guys saying anything? It's all right. It's late. I get it. Let's jump into some gratitude. Who wants to do some gratitude? Not me. No, I'm kidding. I do. So I'm really, really grateful to, like I've said this before, I'm just so grateful to the friendships I have, to the people in my life. I have created bonds with people that, they it runs deep. And I'm grateful that I have a support and that I have like a network and that I have, people I can rely on, and, vice versa. People can rely on me, and it's just nice to feel like I have a safety net, and I'm grateful to it. I'm grateful to all those people in there and in that. I'm just going to feel that for a second. There's a lot of good people in my life. There's a lot of people I would trust with my life. I don't feel like a lot of people have that. I mean, a lot of people do have that, but some people don't. What a good feeling. I'm going to shift into my mantra. The things I'm trying to accomplish, the things that I'm doing, discipline and consistency, I'm convinced are the hardest things a human can do. Showing up every single day, day in and day out, and doing something, whether you want to or not. Honestly, even if you want to, it's hard to show up. It's hard to do it. And it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Just giving that the space and the breath and the respect that it needs, because if I forget that things are difficult, if I forget that discipline and consistency is difficult, I swear it's such an easy thing to fall into and then forget, and then I'm back on the couch scrolling through Instagram and Reddit. Okay. Let's get into this. Let's dive into this. The last week, let's recap it. Recap it. Let's recap it. I flew out to Utah with my daughter. Traveling with a 2-year-old on an airplane. It's hard. It's tough. We had to get on 2 separate airplanes on the way there and 2 separate airplanes on the way back. It's tough. It's tough. Took a lot out of me, but I'm really, really glad that my mom got to see my daughter. My dad too, but it's been over 2 years since my mom has seen my daughter, and that's her only grandchild. So my dad saw my daughter not too long ago, but I'm glad seeing the bond that they were creating, and just literally witnessing the pure joy in my mom's face was worth all of it. It genuinely was worth all the suffering, all the jet lag, all the figuring out sleep schedules, because it's a 2-hour it's a 2-hour time zone shift, and with a sleeping kid, you got to figure that shit out. A young kid, you got to figure it out. And just seeing my mom just completely light up, and just take all the pictures with her and just spend all the time with her. Just take her to the mall and just buy. My mom just literally bought her everything that she even looked at. It was amazing. Yeah, that was great. But more so than anything, or not more so than anything, I guess the thing that relates more to the channel or this than anything is I got a real good run in. I did. My buddy Ty, you'll probably see this at some point, Ty. Yeah, he ran the 62-mile ultra marathon through the mountains of northern Utah, and just hopping around like a fucking deer, just a gazelle running around. 62 miles. He actually got lost for about 3 miles, so he ended up running like 65 miles. But yeah, I was only supposed to do it was kind of there was a lot of changes that happened in the race multiple times. And originally we were supposed to go to Lake Tahoe, and then we ended up just running a race in Utah, and then that race got changed around. So, I was supposed to do somewhere, I think, between like 5 and 15 miles, really. And 15 miles was out of the picture as soon as Lake Tahoe was out of the picture, so it was probably more like 5 to maybe 11. And he had some issues with his stomach on the run, and it was a whole thing. I'm not going to dive into it. It was a whole thing, though. And I ended up having to do the last 17 miles with him. But, I mean, almost all of it was a speed walk anyway. Like, he couldn't really run. It wasn't his body. His stomach was really giving him some issues. He couldn't keep anything down. And so, he couldn't keep any nutrients in, so he just, like, couldn't really run. So we were speed walking the whole time. And, it was really good for me. It was really good because I thought that, like, I don't know. I'd never done anything over 10 miles. I'd never done anything over 8.5-ish, 8.25. And I've had this, like, mental block in my mind, and, it, like, really was holding me back. I was like, I can't get to 10 miles. I don't know why I can't run 10 miles. I just can't, like, I've had a lot of things holding me back, and I can run 10 miles. I can do it. I know I can do it. I can run a marathon right now. I'm in good enough physical shape. I could do it. I could do it. But I don't know why. I just, like, my mind was just holding me back. So even though almost all of this 17 miles was a walk, I mean, it was like it was going uphill for a bit, and then most of it was just downhill, just like beating my knees up, my feet. I was on my feet for 4.5 hours. That's, that's marathon time, so I can, I don't know, I can do it. It was just really good for my mind and for my body and for just me to see myself do that, but also see what he was going through and see how he was battling it and just pushing through and just willing his body to the finish line, just completely just willing it to completion. Was honestly, it was quite something to see. Just all of it, the whole thing, the whole experience was awesome. And it just, I feel like it's a good springboard or catapult or whatever. Like, it's a good momentum shift forward for me in my running and my training program, and just where I want to go with my, physical fitness and just what I want to do in that regard. Just a huge moment for me, I think. So yeah, that happened. It was great. The next morning, I went out and ran 4 miles in the mountains. Just as kind of like felt really good. It took like an hour. 2 miles up and 2 miles back, and it's like, I can fucking do this. Yeah, I can do this. That's what I was telling myself the whole time. Like, fuck, dude, I can fucking do this. Come on, man. And besides the jet lag, besides some of the exhaustion I'm feeling right now, you know, I think physically I feel really good. Like, one of the best I've ever felt in my life. Actually, probably some of the best I've ever felt besides, like, my last year of high school, maybe. I've had phases of, like, working out. I had a quick stint right before COVID. I was working out all the time at work. There was an on-site gym. And I'd be working out with my friend. There was me and two other guys. We'd work out. We'd take an hour and go work out every day during the shift. And I was in good, like, physical shape. Like, you know, my chest and arms and stuff like that looked really good. But I never did any running or any, like, biking or anything like that. So, like, my actual physical shape was probably pretty poor. So I think right now I'm, like, genuinely in close to some of the best shape I've ever been in my life, if not the best shape I've ever been in my life. And it feels really good. It feels really good. You know, I've spent a lot of time doing these night dives and talking and having my brain just battling my brain. Just spending most of the time just, like, going back and forth of, like, okay, brain, shut up. Like, I know I'm not where I need to be. I know I'm not where, blah, 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 but just shut the fuck up because I'm trying to do something. You know, like, that's the battle I'm, like, mostly doing every night. But right now, I'm not having those thoughts. Right now, I'm not. I guess I did 21 miles in 2 days. Back to back. In the mountains. You know? I have done some shit. And that is what feels to me like I don't have that unsettled feeling in my stomach of, like, dude, you're not doing anything with your life. Dude, you're not amounting to anything. You're not worthy of anything. You're not doing anything. You're just sitting around not doing anything. Yeah, you're running 3 miles a day, but, like, what the fuck is that all about? That's not adding up to anything. That's what my brain will tell me. But guess what, motherfucker? It is. All that shit is adding up. And I'm struggling seeing in the moments, I'm struggling seeing the bigger picture. But now that I've done that, the 17 miles and then the 4 miles, back to back, now that I did that, it feels like I've done somewhat of something. And I don't have that unsettled feeling in my stomach, so it feels good. But yeah, so there's that. That was kind of the trip. The last couple days I did spend with my parents again, and then flew back here on the East Coast. Like I said earlier, I got home pretty late, and it was a fucking day. It was a day. I'm not going to get into it, but it was a day. So I was like, I'm just going straight to sleep. I'm not live streaming. I still did Duolingo, though. And then yesterday I probably could have live streamed, but I think I kind of gave myself a kind of Ty had mentioned this, kind of an asterisk apostrophe? No, asterisk kind of day. I kind of gave that to myself yesterday. And then today I was like, I really don't want to do this right now, but I can't not do it. I can't miss another day. So here I am, doing it. This is what discipline looks like. Jet, you fucking idiot. This is what it looks like. I'm talking to myself right now. This is what discipline looks like. You did not want to show. You are still jet lagged. You still haven't slept enough since you've been back. You didn't want to do this. It's late. You should be asleep. But here you are. You're doing it again. You're back in it. Be proud of yourself. I am proud of myself, honestly. I am a pretty cool human being. Sometimes you just gotta like say that. You just gotta hear yourself say that. Self-talk, positive self-talk. Sometimes you gotta hear yourself and see yourself and visualize yourself talking nice to yourself. Ty and I were talking tonight about the self-talk. He called me out on Ty. You called me out on something, and I'm really glad you did, because I didn't even notice I was doing it. But now that I notice, it's a whole other level of discipline. I kept telling him that I deleted all my, I've deleted all my apps, my social media apps. And I was like, dude, I'm at the point where I'm looking to get an old flip phone with no apps and figuring it out, because I can't handle the scrolling on anything. And I kept telling him that exact thing. I can't handle it. I just can't do it. I just can't I don't have the discipline for it. Blah, blah, blah. I kept saying things like that. And he called me out. He's like, well, yeah, you don't, because you keep saying you don't. It's the self-talk that you keep putting out. He's like, you've already defeated yourself. So, something like that, something along those lines. And I was like, dude, holy shit, you're right. Like, I'm telling myself, I'm telling myself I can't do it. I'm not even going to be able to do it before I even try. If I keep that attitude, if I keep talking to myself that way, if I keep saying that I can't, well, fuck you, brain. I can. Of course I can. I can get the apps on there, and I can control the amount that I scroll. It's not hard. It's not hard to do it. It's not hard to do it. Takes a little discipline. Takes a little consistency. So maybe it is a little difficult, but you know how to do it. There is a how, and you know how to do it. I feel like I have been rambling incessantly for 20 minutes. I don't even remember what I've said. I'm so tired. I hope this was a little coherent for someone other than myself. But I gotta stop this. I gotta stop going, because I feel like I will just keep talking and talking and talking for 2 hours. I didn't even talk about my day. I really didn't even talk about my day. This was more of just a recap. So I'll jump into my day tomorrow. It's no big deal. I thank you all. I love you all. I'm proud of you all. Be safe. Take care of your loved ones. Yeah, just be safe. Be safe, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for jumping back into this 100-day challenge. We'll start it up again. Much love to you all.